Look at that. That looks like some freaking alien.
How this possibly could be a human? Look at this. So long. Look at the eyes, long arms.
So erosion and water, huh? Luca is not so skeptical like me. What the heck is that? This is the fly situation over here right now. Look at that. So we are chilling on the roof of our car. Over there is Uluru.
Hi guys, welcome to another video. Today we are in Kakadu National Park.
Yes, we are, but we went here just because of one thing. Every other waterfalls, every other lookouts, basically almost everything is closed, so don't make the same mistake like us and do not go to Northern Territory before May, because most of the things, most of the parks, it's closed. Probably because, no, not probably, it's because of the wet season is ending, and from May it's a dry season, and most of the things are reopening in a dry season from May. As you can see, all this place, it's a very old shelter where Aboriginal people were living for 20,000 years. Here on this wall there are some rock paintings. Kakadu National Park is definitely one of the top places in Northern Territory, but unfortunately we can see only this one place, but I believe that it's gonna be incredible because here's a lot of paintings from Aboriginal people which are very old. Look at that. That looks like some freaking alien. Here you can see a kangaroo. The idea that this thing is like 20,000 years old, how is possible that the color is still there? I can't understand it. I mean, I can understand what color they were using, because today we have modern technology, and if I'm gonna print a picture or paint something, it's definitely not gonna last for 20,000 years, so that's super interesting. And about the Kakadu National Park, for example, you can also visit Jim Jim Falls and Twin Falls, and mostly the Jim Jim Falls is really stunning, but you need a proper off-road car to get there, which we don't have, and still it's closed now. It's gonna be open again in May. Can you see all of that? Scientists said that they are people. I highly doubt it. That's a freaking alien.
How this possibly could be a human? Look at this. So long. Look at the eyes. Long arms.
Over there in the back there were some human figures on the walls, and that looks like humans, but why would they suddenly decide that on the other wall we're gonna draw a totally different kind of human or whatever? This thing over here, it's painted there on the rock. Also there was a sign where it was written that if you weren't here when the painting was made, it's really hard to say what the story actually is. So basically nobody knows what it means, what it meant to be. So at least everybody can have their own opinion. But my opinion is that some of those figures over there are definitely not humans. So this place where we are right now, it's called, actually I can't really pronounce it right, so I'm gonna write it over here.
Aboriginal people use natural pigments like red and yellow ochre made from iron-rich rocks. They mix the powder with water, animal fat or plant sap to make it stick. The paintings lasted because they were done in protected areas such as caves, and the dry climate helped preserve them. So this was a very nice place. We really recommend you to come here. It's very interesting to see what the Aboriginal people were painting. Now we are going back to the car. Tomorrow we have big drive ahead of us. I think it's almost 1,500 kilometers to Alice Springs. Alice Springs is located in the red center of Australia, so we are heading there, and after that we are going to see Uluru, which is another, I think, 3-hour drive from Alice Springs, so I think we will be driving a lot next days.
2 hours ago we started our long journey to Alice Springs. It's gonna be a whole day of driving, the same tomorrow. around 1,300 kilometers, so more than 10 hours of driving. But we have a few spots along the way where we wanna stop. Right now we are at the Mataranka thermal pool, so let's check it out. Well, as you can see, it's quite a lot of people here.
So the water is nice and warm, but there is a lot of people. It's not very comfortable.
Actually, it's not that warm as I was expected, because it's called thermal pool. So I was thinking that it's gonna be much warmer, but it's like normal temperature. And yeah, it's good just for a very quick swim, like 2 minutes. But right now we are 400 kilometers from Alice Springs. We just arrived at Devil's Marbles, and the Devil Marbles are probably all those rocks. They have a round shape. This is how it's called from Aboriginal language, Karlu Karlu, or Devil's Marbles. And look at this. This looks like some god just come from the heaven. He just smashed that rock. Actually, that crag is made by water and erosion and natural things like that. And the flies here are absolutely hectic. It looks like a big sweet potato. And this one, there is a crack, but it's still together. That's fascinating. So erosion and water, huh? I mean, I get it, but this is how I imagine a god's work. Looks like a Thor cracked that rock with his lightning. No? What do you think?
I don't know. Not the same theory.
Duka is not so skeptical like me, but yeah. But it looks stunning. I was thinking that we are driving to the red center of Australia, and we are 20 kilometers away from Alice Springs, which is in the center. And the red center of Australia is kinda green. What the heck is that? That's huge. How it could just grow here in the middle of nowhere. After 3 days of driving and 2,000 kilometers, we are finally here, Uluru. Before 2019 you also could go up, but the Uluru is a signed rock of Aboriginal people, and from 2019 Australian government banned that trail. So now you can't go up. This is the fly situation over here right now, look at that. This is absolutely crazy. They are everywhere. I can't. I swallowed 2 flies already. Oh my god, this is insane. These guys is absolutely crazy. Those flies are everywhere, look at that. I have them in my mouth, in my nose, in my eyes, in my ears. This looks like the Wave Rock in Western Australia. We've been there last year. Here are also some rock paintings. Look at that. This is incredible. Look at the ceiling. Like, what is that? How was this formed? Here is some cave where all Aboriginal people were living.
And it's so huge. Look at this. Right now we are at some 2 kilometers return hike and we will wait here until sunset. How did this even happen?
Absolutely unbelievable. This massive black stain that's from the water. During the storms, a massive waterfall was falling down. So the Uluru was formed 500 million years ago. So because this whole area was under the sea, the rocks, sand was washed on this one particular spot, and over the millions of years it was squeezed on the bottom and it slowly turned into the rock. And then, because of the tectonic forces, the rock was lifted almost straight up. That's apparently how this whole Uluru was formed, but it's a bit weird still, no? So we just parked over here and this is the sunset point. We're gonna wait 1 hour until the sunset. Probably over here is gonna be the best sunset point. So sunset is right here. I mean, sunset is there, but the Uluru is right here. Look at this, so red, but so many people, so many cars. They are still coming. As soon as the sun went down, so many people came. And then a reality check. So we are chilling on the roof of our car. Over there is Uluru. This is incredible. Would be better if we are here alone, but probably not possible.
Welcome to our day 2 on this adventure. Today we are heading to Katatiuta. And yesterday we found out that scientists think that most of the Uluru is still underground. So basically what we see is like the top of the iceberg, and that's a very interesting theory.
So for the Uluru and Katatiuta National Park, you actually need to purchase a ticket which is valid for 3 days. It costs 38 Australian dollars per person. And basically for 3 days you can enter Uluru, Katatiuta and the area over here. Now you can probably see all those layers, how the sand and sediment was squeezed on the bottom of the sea. You can see there, one layer, another one, and then it was just somehow lifted up. So right now we are in between of the rocks of Katatiuta, and this wall is massively big. Look at it. Right now we are at sunset point at Katatiuta. It's not sunset right now, but the views are stunning. Right now we are on a walk from the other side of the Uluru. The rocks over here are more curved. We are already back in Alice Springs. Some people may think that Uluru is just the ordinary rock, but believe me, it was absolutely incredible. I knew that it's gonna be great, but it still surprised me in a very good way. There, when you come closer to that rock, it's absolutely breathtaking. It's so huge and just phenomenal. So if you are exploring Australia, we can definitely recommend you to visit Uluru because it's absolutely worth it.
But that's it for this one. Thank you for watching. If you like this kind of videos, leave us a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe.
Yeah, see you in the next one. Bye
Bye.
bye.